Okay, some people asked me about my window treatment hack to help with the heat. Um, so I don't remember where I saw this. It was a gal that had an old home that she was dealing with a lot of heat, and she posted about it on some obscure forum that I can't remember. So living in, at the time I was in Mesquite, Nevada, 120 plus degrees. My apartment faced south and west, and I was miserable. So this hack is something that I have used off and on. I've used it for myself in different apartments, and then I've used it for other people, and I've taught a ton of people how to do it. So a few things. You measure the inside frame of your window, not outside on the wall. You want to measure the frame. You need the width and you need the length. And then a few supplies that you're going to need. And I had started this video and goofed it up, so we're going to work backwards for a second. You need a spring rod, a heavy dutier one, not just the little thin ones that will hold a little kitchen curtain. You'll need some of these emergency blankets. I picked these up through Walmart, and the width is not quite what I need, so I'm doubling it up. But even if it wasn't an issue, these are a lot thinner than previous purchases, and so I definitely wanted to double it up. The other thing that you're going to need is binder clips. The bigger ones, these are the 2-inch. I got these off of Amazon. You want these larger ones because when this is all put together, these clips are going to hold everything on your spring rod. So, your blankets, your spring rod, and then a flat sheet. I use white. I have previously used a lighter color, like a light yellow or a light green, depending on, how I was feeling. White is usually a safe bet, especially if you rent in an apartment. Nobody's really going to be upset about just a white window. These I picked up on Amazon. They were not the greatest of quality, so they're a little bit on the thin side. So I think that next time I'll spend a little bit more for better quality. But you lay your sheet out. You get it measured according to the measurements of your window. The slack that is at the top is what's going to fold over that spring rod, so don't worry about that. The bottom part, you're going to want that bottom sheet or that flat sheet to line up with your blanket here. So I'm going to finish putting this stuff together, and then I'm going to get it up in the window, and I'm not going to hit the stop button, so I have to start all over again. All right, real quick, when you put your binder clips on, you fold everything over. You put your binder clips on your spring rod. Okay, this is holding everything. But you want to make sure that you fold these arms down, because the whole goal is to get this as flush as possible within the frame of the window. So you want to make sure that those are all down. Okay, so this is it up in the window. You can see where I've got that section over there that's just not as thick. So I'm going to have to readjust all that at some point. But you want to make sure that, see, it's up there in the frame, so you're not going to have that heat coming in. And if you have these style of blinds, just give yourself a few minutes, because they make it more difficult. It's just, they're not my favorite, but you do with what you got. These also, if you work nights and you try to sleep during the day, this is going to cut the light significantly that comes in. If I turn off my lights in my room, this is what we've got now. So I've had a couple of friends that family members work graveyards. They put this up in their window, even though they don't need it for heat. They put this up in their window, blocks out all the light, and it's apartment friendly, so you're not going to get into trouble with your landlords. Nothing's permanent, doesn't damage anything. It's not unsightly. It's not much different than looking at the back side of your blinds. So once you get it up there, if you have, usually I like to leave a little bit of tail at the end so I can fold up. I don't want to move my furniture, so I'm not dealing with that right now. But once that's done, close your blinds. Don't worry about it. Open them back up when it's not so hot, or your curtains or what have you. Nobody will see that mylar once your blinds are closed. So there you go. I hope it helps somebody save a little bit of money, feel a little bit better, maybe sleep a little bit better.